10 things that only Canadians do. Let's get started.
Number 10. Eat ketchup-flavored chips.
I love ketchup
Whether you
flavored
call them
chips.
chips or crisps, Canada is a Commonwealth country after all, flavored potato chips are a common snack across the globe.
They're good. What can I say? They're not like actual ketchup. They're
From
ketchup
barbecue
seasoning.
to bacon, plain, rippled, or even dill pickle, the flavors of this popular snack run the gamut. However, one flavor is notoriously famous for being available almost exclusively in Canada: ketchup.
That is nice.
It's not ketchup.
Definitely not ketchup. Nicer than ketchup.
Yeah, it is.
The condiment-flavored treat is a huge favorite of Canadians because
It
it's
is good.
delicious and one that often confuses visitors from other countries.
True.
Although its origins are a little fuzzy, it was likely inspired by the long-standing pairing of ketchup and another potato-based food: French fries.
It's the powder or the seasoning, but it's working. There you go.
Either way, it's one of many unique food items that many Canucks seem to long for. Number 9.
It's good.
Wear shorts in cold weather. Yeah,
True.
the stereo.
I don't do that personally because I'm literally always cold, but a lot of people do wear shorts in winter. There's like a lot of snow, it's minus 20 outside, and people are just there in shorts, sometimes t-shirt even, walking around. You're like, what are you doing? Even I don't understand it, but it's true. It does happen.
Stereotypes are true. Canadian winters can be bitterly cold. But what many may not know is that the climate goes extreme on both ends.
The government of
Yeah.
Canada issued a warning today about a dangerous condition that seems to be spreading farther north thanks to global warming. White guys wearing shorts all winter.
Sure, some places might dip below minus 40 in the winter, but some summers can see highs of 104 degrees Fahrenheit,
does that mean?
or above 40 in Celsius,
yeah.
as Canadians would say. So with such a broad spectrum, it's no surprise that locals have acclimated to drastic changes in temperature. So much so that it's fairly common to catch someone wearing shorts that you'd likely associate with warmer weather in the winter.
It's minus 20 out there today. Why, in good heavens, are you in shorts?
I'm in
They
shorts.
don't even
Yeah.
know.
Why is the big question? I guess I like the cold.
After enduring the heavy cold for several months, some residents will break out the shorts and walk outside in sub-zero temperatures. No one's going skiing like that, but you may very well see someone walking to the store in the snow in shorts and sandals.
Some people with shorts out here, so some brave people.
my
the elements with shorts.
Number 8. Give their coins unique names. In 1987, a gold-colored coin was introduced to eventually replace the
$1?
Canadian $1 bill.
Dollar coins will replace the bills that are now stuffed into fare boxes,
Looney, I think?
reduce the number of quarters we have to carry around, and save Canadian transit authorities $2 million annually.
Slightly larger than a quarter, the $1 coin depicts Queen Elizabeth II on one side, and on the other is a bird seen widely across the country, the loon, hence its cute nickname, Looney. In 1996, the $2 bill was also replaced with a coin that received its own moniker, the toonie, as in the number 2 and the loony,
Yeah.
even though it has a polar bear on
It
it.
does have a polar bear.
Canada's new $2 coin. Change that counts.
Among Canadians, these two coins and their unique names are quite treasured.
It's federal currency, and you people talk about it like it's a Hanna-Barbera character.
In fact, at the 2002 Winter Olympics, a lucky loonie was hidden under the ice where both the Canadian men's and women's hockey teams won their gold medals.
It became a piece of Canadian lore after a loony was hidden at center ice at the 2002 Salt Lake Winter Olympics as a good luck charm.
Have you ever heard of a more Canadian story than that? Number 7. Put Clamato in Bloody Marys.
What?
Should you travel
Don't everyone do that? I thought Bloody Marys were clamato, like basically tomato juice. What? I'm confused.
anywhere in the world and walk into a bar and ask for a Bloody Mary, the bartender is likely to serve you a tomato juice-based cocktail.
That's what
a
it
little bit
is.
of lemon juice really helps pick up the flavors in that. And that's a simple way of making a simple Bloody Mary.
But for Canadians, their red drink is known as a Bloody Caesar and has one distinguishing difference from its counterpart: clam broth. Instead of tomato juice,
Really?
Canadians use a mixture of both tomato juice and clam broth, known most
It does
famously
not even
as
taste like
Clamato.
that.
Really
honestly.
grabbed Canada by storm, and you see this drink everywhere that Canadians get together.
A signature cocktail, the Caesar is almost as common in Canadian bars as any of the high-powered beers
There's
the country is known
Worcestershire sauce in
for.
there.
So next time
Oh.
you're above the 49th parallel
That's why I
and
don't
looking for
like
a
it.
zesty beverage, try replacing your Bloody Mary with a Caesar, and your taste buds will thank you.
That's good. I haven't had one of those like in a.
I like the Bloody Caesars virgin. With the alcohol, I think it just enhances the spices in the drink. But when there's no alcohol in there, I'm just tasting the tomato. So I really prefer the virgin version. But hey, both are kind of good, but I more or less like the normal one.
Quite a long time, I must say.
Really good.
Number 6. Send letters to Santa, who lives there.
Yeah,
Every
that's so
year,
fun.
countless kids send letters to Santa Claus hoping to get their favorite toys for Christmas.
4-year-old Gavin isn't taking any chances. He's going straight to Santa with his list of Christmas wishes.
Yes, lots of toys.
You want lots of toys from Santa?
For Canadian young'uns, it's even easier given that Santa's address is actually in Canada. It
Yeah,
even
it
has
is.
its own special postal code. HOH,
HOH,
OHO. Kids and kids at heart can send letters addressed to the North Pole in Canada and are guaranteed to receive a reply.
How does he do
Yeah.
it? No one's sure.
That's just
But it's
wholesome.
probably
I
not
really
all
like
hard
that.
for a guy who taught reindeer how to fly.
Whether the North Pole is actually in Canada is currently under debate, but that certainly
Yeah,
hasn't
not
stopped
really.
thousands of kids from sending letters every year. The country's national mail carrier, Canada Post, makes use of volunteers, or Santa's elves,
Yeah.
if you will, to help keep this program active year after year.
So Canada
Which is
Post
super
has hired some
sweet.
special letter carriers to help out.
It's super sweet, but it's not helping the parents either. Like, the kid receives a letter saying that you will get 1 or 2 items from your list, but you don't necessarily receive it. So it like kind of forces the parents, even if they can't afford it or they don't want their kids to have that, it kind of forces their kids. So it's kind of bad in that way, but it's super wholesome. And I'm so glad we have that because it's entertaining for kids and it's such a great activity during Christmas time, during the break, to do with the kids. So it's super sweet.
Have lots of experience making deliveries, and they definitely know the way to the North Pole. Hey, there's Rudolph and the guys now.
Number 5. Make unencumbered visits to Cuba. Contrary to popular belief,
I've never been to
residents of
Cuba,
the United
sadly.
States are actually allowed to travel to Cuba if you're willing to jump through a series of hoops to get there. But due to the U.S. embargo on Cuba, tourism hasn't been permitted for years.
The U.S., fearing
Really?
communism's expansion,
Americans, you cannot go to Cuba? What did you do to them? I thought everyone was allowed to travel as they wish. What'd you do to Cuba?
sets up the embargo to strangle Cuba's economy.
Canadians, however, have not had any such restrictions. Cuba is often cited as one of the most popular destinations for Canadians who wish to escape the cold winter months.
Canadians enter and leave Cuba at twice the rate of any other nationality, including Cubans themselves, which gives some idea of just how dominant they are in the Cuban tourist market.
Most major airports have direct flights, and countless inexpensive, all-inclusive packages have made it easy for Canadians to enjoy beaches, sun, and, if interested, cigars in this Caribbean destination.
Blending the traditions of Spain, Africa, and its native peoples,
Dances and
lit
stuff.
by the fires
I
of the
really want to
French
go.
Revolution. The aromas, textures, and flavors of this Caribbean nation are like no other.
Number 4. Celebrate Thanksgiving in October.
Yeah.
A holiday to celebrate the harvest is fairly common
That's
around
something
the
I
world.
don't
But
understand.
in modern media, we often hear about American Thanksgiving in
Exactly.
November and the Black Friday sales and chaos that follow.
Well, turkey's burnt. Potatoes are ruined.
friends.
Potatoes are ruined. Potatoes are ruined.
For Canadians, the same Thanksgiving holiday is actually celebrated in October.
Oh, right. I forgot. You guys are weird. You pronounce the word out.
No, we don't.
Seemingly originating in 1579 during Martin Frobisher's excursion to find the Northwest Passage, it slowly evolved as the years passed, often dubbed Canadian Thanksgiving to distinguish it from its U.S. counterpart. Canada is not the only country that celebrates it in October.
The thing is, it's basically the exact same holiday, except earlier.
Grenada, St. Lucia, and even Germany celebrate similar festivals that same month. And honestly, it's nice to have a longer break between this giant meal and the one in December.
Is it better to have Thanksgiving 1 month before Christmas that the Americans do? Or is it better to have it two months before, as Canada does?
Number 3, are sorry about being sorry. Ask virtually anyone around the globe to describe a Canadian, and they'll likely use one word: friendly. Canucks are widely considered some of the friendliest people in the world.
However, we are not.
Cynthia, you okay?
I'm fine.
Okay. Sorry about that.
So friendly, in fact, that we've been stereotyped for apologizing for almost anything and everything. It's become such an ingrained part of Canadian culture that the Ontario government had to pass the Apology Act of 2009, which stated that an apology does not automatically comprise an admission of guilt.
Well, this is a mugging. So,
What?
yeah, I'm sorry about that. If I could just get that wallet right there.
It's one of the more quirky aspects of Canadian culture that certainly distinguishes us from other countries, who shall remain nameless. Sorry, we're just too polite to call them out.
We say it correct? Sorry. I think that they just don't know how to say it because they never do it, or they just blame it on the nearest person and or country. They just do that.
Number 2, buy milk in bags. At one time, the milkman came to your house and dropped off.
I got something to say about that. The milk that is inside those bags lasts so much longer than the ones in the cartons. So it's a very good thing, all right? It's a very good thing.
Off your bottles of milk.
Oh, it's only the milkman. Hey, maybe I should be a milkman.
As cartons became the norm, people got used to buying them in stores. For Canadians, the shift from the imperial measuring system to metric also brought something new: milk in bags.
What is... It's so dangerous.
What do you mean? It's not dangerous.
Why would you put it in a bag?
As companies were shifting all of their containers to new sizes, milk bags were easy to change. Quickly enough, bagged milk became quite popular and is still widely used today. Canadians aren't the only ones who use it either.
You know, if you want to save some for yourself, you can always just kind of...
Yeah.
How's it taste? Like sucking on a teat. Quite literally, actually.
China, Israel, South Africa, and even Argentina all make use of the arguably more environmentally friendly container. But cut that corner hole too big and you are in for an utterly disastrous bowl of...
Those guys discovering the bagged milk were not doing it correctly. You're supposed to put the whole pouch inside of the bucket and then cut a little hole so it just flows. You're not supposed to just cut the whole packet and dump it in. That's not how it works.
Morning Shreddies.
Your milk comes in bags.
Number 1, sing national anthem dated occasionally to reflect the changing times. But one thing that hasn't changed is how both English and French are frequently intermixed during public performances.
Fun fact also. I know the parody of the national anthem, but I do not know the real version of it, neither in French or in English. Oopsies.
Often sung at sporting and other major events, it is fairly common for some portions of the anthem to be sung in English, then switch to French or vice versa, and then back several times.
Yeah.
I like to call this the hockey version.
That's a magical
Given how
moment,
both
though. It's
are
so
official
beautiful.
languages of the Great White North, it's a small way to showcase how the country leverages both of these great languages.
Yeah, that is true. We do have both languages, so we have to honor both languages. That's how it goes. There you go. I hope you enjoyed watching me 10 things that only Canadians do. If you did, make sure to click that like button and subscribe for more content. Until next time, see ya!